All right, today we're going to be in the budget project notes packet and we're going to be talking about compound interest. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the difference between simple and compound interest. So instead of only making interest on your principal, with compound interest you get interest on your principal and your interest accumulated. The interest gets compounded multiple times and keeps being added back into the balance. So you can actually make not a lot more, but some more money if you have a compound interest rate instead of a simple interest rate. So we're going to say simple interest cannot spell principal. So only gets interest on principal once a year. And then compound you get interest on principal and interest multiple times a year. Simple, you only get interest back on your principal once a year. All right, now let's look at the formula. All right, so A is our balance, and that includes principal and interest. All right, P still stands for principal. All right, then we have parentheses. This is the number 1. Okay, it's not an L. Then plus R over N, so R is still our percentage rate. And then N stands for number of times compounded a year. Okay, so under it you could say number of periods. All right, then we have N again, so number of times. And then T still stands for time. Then over R, I'm going to put percentage divided by 100 again so we can remember that it has to be in decimal form. All right, so let's look at an example. So we want to find the balance after 6 years on an account with 3.5 interest with a $4,000 principal compounded monthly. So I'm going to list all of our variables that we need for the formula. So A is our balance, and in the question it says find the balance. So this we do not know. Our principal was $4,000. Our rate is 3.5%, but I'm going to take that and convert it into a decimal. So that's 0.035. N is the number of periods in a year. So it's compounded monthly. So there are 12 months in a year. So my N value is going to be 12. And then time is going to be 6 years. Now I'm just going to put those numbers into my formula. And that's 12 times 6, not 12.6. So now I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to type this in just like I see it, fraction and everything. And that's going to give me $4,993.20. So as you can see, okay, you can make money faster when you have a compound interest rather than a simple interest. All right, now down at the bottom, it's talking about the periods, so the N value, so how many times per year. So we just decided monthly is going to be 12. Okay, quarterly, how many quarters are in a year? There are 4. And then semi-annually would be 2. All right, simple interest versus compound interest in a sketch. So simple interest is more linear. So it's just going to be a line that's slowly going up. While compound interest, okay, you can make money faster. So it has that exponential growth, that curve to the graph. And then that concludes our notes on compound interest.